Welcome to live coverage of the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic. Coming up next, the Tournament Consolation Championship game between the Pflugerville Panthers out of the greater Austin area and out of the greater Houston area, the Strake Jesuit Crusaders. Live from Austin, Texas, you're watching the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. We welcome you inside the competition gym here on the campus of Westlake High School. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. It's the consolation game, one of two games we're going to bring you live coverage of on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. This evening's matchup here is the Strake Jesuit Crusaders out of the greater Houston area and, of course, the Pflugerville Panthers. Once again, I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety from D1Sports.com. One of the things that, Max, we've really talked about this entire tournament is just how nice it is for all of these teams to play such great competition right before district season begins here in the 2014 season.
Absolutely, Joe. Well, like I said earlier to you in the pregame, I'm excited about the fact that they're able to assimilate their football players into the game plan, get some young guys in, and look forward to some really tough competition here between two contrasting styles: Pflugerville's run and gun versus the Strake Jesuits half-court game.
Indeed, and we get a good look at the starting lineups right now. We'll do it first for the Pflugerville Panthers, starting off at forward, Abrion Edwards. Here's a young man, Max, that I know you're familiar with, a 6'4" senior forward, headed to UT, not Pan Am, call it UT Rio Grande. The Broncos renaming and rebranding down in that area. Again, Nosa Ibumwanye. This is a one man that I know that you're really looking forward to seeing play. 6'4" senior forward, very efficient rebounder, a slasher, wing player type. And of course, Caleb Horton, the senior guard at 6 feet. DeMarcus Hadnot, a 5'8" junior guard. And Darren Henderson, a 6'4" senior post player. Easy second chance points. They're really going to try to drive and force the effort with Ibumwanye and Abrion Edwards. And really, Henderson is there to clean it up down low.
Yeah, I think Henderson will end up being the X factor in this one because when Abrion Edwards does get in the paint, he likes to dish off for the easy buckets. Pflugerville's had such a great history of guards. You know, they've had 5 Division I guards in a row. It's really guard central here, starting with Brian Beasley, who's at Rice, Jonathan Garza at Lamar, Deion Mitchell at Northern Iowa, and then T.J. Williams at Northeastern. And now we're here with their 5th D1 guard in a row in Edwards.
Indeed. And for the Crusaders of Strake Jesuit, again, the men in green and white, Michael Gordon, the 5'10" junior guard, along with Hunter Thompson. No, there's no S there. Hunter Thompson, the 6'5" senior forward. Again, he's a heady ball player. Again, one of those guys that you know is going to make good decisions with the basketball when he has it. Wilson Dunn, a 6'5" senior forward. Brian Doyle, a 6'1" senior guard. And, of course, the big man down low at 6'6", the senior forward Dylan Livet, and he's really the guy that we want to watch in this consolation championship game here in the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic. And we thank all of you for joining us across Time Warner Cable Sports Channel as we bring you live coverage of the consolation game and the championship game. And folks, you can't forget, we got basketball right after basketball. It's not only a consolation championship broadcast here for you between Strake Jesuit and Pflugerville, we also have coming up the AAA Academy Stallions and along with the Alamo Heights Mules. So it's going to be a very big night of basketball ahead of us here in the high school ranks, Max.
Big night in the championship game. Don't look too far ahead, but you got a high major guard and King McClure has been offered by Duke, and you've got Big Ben Lammers who's going off to Georgia Tech.
It'll be a great matchup, but here's one for it as well, as Pflugerville will control things at the top with Caleb Horton. Over to the left wing. Now back out top, trying to set things up as we are just underway here in the first quarter of the consolation game here at the Westlake Holiday Classic. Horton over to the corner now, trying to make a move here on the near side. Now a pass back out to the left wing. Abrion Edwards, and you can hear the swish of the nylon there, and it's a three-pointer to start things off for Abrion Edwards.
That's really going to open up his ability to drive to the goal later on in the game as well, Joe.
Michael Gordon now swinging it over to the right side. Get a good look at Brian Doyle, the 6'1" senior guard. Trying to make a move here defensively on Horton. Now driving to the right side, over to the corner. Now picks up his dribble. In trouble. Now good ball moving out back to the top of the key. Trying to make a move here is Hunter Thompson. He has that ball stolen here in transition. An easy layup opportunity and call it a jam. No foul called, but Nosa Ibumwanye with a slam dunk. Happy birthday, young man, as he gets things started off for Pflugerville. 5-0 lead here early on, a minute into this broadcast. The consolation championship game. Looking at Wilson Dunn now inside. A good move there to Dylan Levitt. The shot no good. Here's the rebound, put back, and that one's good. And Wilson Dunn on the board. And just like that,
Dunn did a good job.
Go ahead, Max.
Dunn did a great job of staying with that one. And on the Pflugerville side of things, Ibamwanye, everything he does is based on confidence. Great beginning for him.
DeMarcus Hadnot with the three-pointer as well. So answering the men in blue. The Panthers on the board with another three-pointer, the second one of the quarter here. 8-2 lead here. And the run pretty good. There's another steal opportunity, but getting it right back is Michael Gordon. Gordon has the interior pass down low to Levitt picked off, and now here comes Horton. Over to the left wing, now to the left corner. Now dribble drive on a head fake, and nice move to the rim. That's a blocking foul. The shot doesn't go. Foul's going to be called on Wilson Dunn. Just a good, strong move there by Edwards. You can really see the ball skills just coming from the corner just beyond the arc. Really nice baseline move there.
As I just said a minute ago, that's what he likes to do, but the fact that he knocked down a shot early, that's going to have to make the Strake Jesuit defense pull out on him a little bit, give him a little more room to operate. He's going to be trouble for the defense.
Indeed. Hot hand early here for Edwards as he misses the second of two free throws. A 9-2 lead here, 7-point deficit as Strake Jesuit brings it up. Across the timeline here to the right side. Now high elbow pass down towards Levitt. Levitt trying to work his way down. Foul's going to be on the floor against Hunter Thompson. And that foul is actually going to be called on Caleb Horton defensively, so that's his first foul. It'll be Strake Jesuit ball underneath their own basket. Now trying to operate the inbound pass. They get it back out towards Michael Gordon. Gordon over to the corner now. Hunter Thompson, cross-court pass, and it's stolen by Edwards. Edwards into the transition, second transition basket, and a fast break slam dunk there by Edwards. You can see everything starting to move Pflugerville's way early on, and a 30-second timeout called here with 5:42 to play here in the first quarter, Max. Just you see it right there. Brilliant opportunity to just play defense and make things happen in transition.
Yeah, I think it was also a great timing for the timeout for Dominic Amorosa to get his troops together, get them settled down a little bit. Pflugerville is going to be a team that'll go on runs, but they also will turn the ball over a little bit. So I think he's going to gather his troops over there at Strake and see if he can't pull it even.
One thing about Strake Jesuit, you've got the smart basketball players. Number one, they don't have the roller coaster ride, if you will. They don't get too high, they don't get too low, even keel throughout the ball game. So these runs, these spurts by Pflugerville, Strake Jesuit actually built to handle them.
Yeah, actually in the Kelly Green, they look like DJ and McHale running the pick and roll, so we'll see if that comes to be.
Indeed. Strake Jesuit in the white uniforms. The blue uniforms belong to the Pflugerville Panthers, a familiar blue and gold. And we see Brian Doyle trying to bring it up here, guarded tightly by Hadnot. Hadnot staying with him. The full court press defense here. Over to the right wing now. Get an opportunity as Hunter Thompson trying to create. Picks up his dribble. Now a left wing pass. There's another steal by Hadnot. Hadnot trying to go the distance. Another transition opportunity, and that right-handed layup is in and off the glass. Once again, Pflugerville tenacious on defense, creating those transition opportunities off steals. Now trying to go into the corner once again here is Thompson. Back out front to Michael Gordon. Gordon trying to drive with the left hand. Pull-up jumper just inside the left elbow. That shot is no good. Rebound handled by Pflugerville, and here comes the Panthers. Caleb Horton again dishes over towards Edwards. A quick pass out to Ibamwanye, trying to get the three-pointer to go. That one no good. And now rebound controlled here by Thompson. He'll bring it back to Doyle. Doyle bringing it up here across the timeline. Picked up by Horton in the front court. Dribbles right in front of the Panther bench. Now just trying to drive with the left hand. That shot swatted away, and a foul is called. Foul's going to be called there, I believe, on DeMarcus Hadnot. Hadnot with the foul. That'll be his second team foul here.
Thompson had 16 points in the previous game for Strake. He was their high man. He slashed to the goal. He's the most athletic player on Strake Jesuit squad.
Definitely a long, lanky player. We get a substitution in the ball game now. Number 21, John Jewett, the 6'3" junior guard coming in for Strake Jesuit. Starter still on the floor for the Panthers. Second free throw opportunity. That one's good, if you can believe it. Only the third point scored. As another sub for Strake Jesuit checking in is Justin Jukujeku, the 6'3" junior guard. Say that 5 times fast. Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. 13-3, 10-point deficit here for Strake Jesuit. Now into the front court here is Horton trying to drive. Gives it off towards Edwards. Edwards to the corner, trading spaces there, and a three-point shot is good. 3 for 3, make it 3 for 4 from three-point land as the Panthers feeling their outside shooting game.
Yeah, Edwards drew 3 defenders that time, had 2 choices, went to the right wing, bam, knocked it down.
Now here's Chukwujeku. Now the Panthers playing defense again, just trying to swat it away there, and good defense. It's another turnover there. This time it'll be an inbound opportunity here for Horton. Horton coming across the timeline. Hands it off to Edwards. Edwards got it partly by Gordon. Now over to the left side. And Ibumwanye that time rips the nylon. He is 1 of 2 from three-point land, and that time the big man really showing his range with that shooting touch from the left wing, Max.
Happy birthday again. It's the second 3 of the game.
Gordon trying to dish off to the corner here. Now trying to make a move over is Luke Aparicio, who's in the ball game here for Strake Jesuit. A whistle away from the ball. And we have a media timeout. We'll be right back with more of the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
Welcome you back inside the competition gym here at Westlake High School. There's strength in numbers, so join us tonight as we make a difference in the lives of thousands of Central Texas families. Part of the benefactor of the Westlake Holiday Classic, the Ronald McDonald House Charities, proud sponsor of tonight's broadcast. We thank you, all of you, for joining us here across the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Joe Taylor, Max Ibody, we're back courtside with you here at Westlake High School, a 19-3 lead for the Pflugerville Panthers, and really the difference in the ball game right now, Max, athleticism and transition buckets.
Yeah, the athleticism, ball pressure, turnovers, transition buckets, and to be honest with you, I'm shocked to see Strake Jesuit really only one time actually get into their offense.
One time you had to actually try to get into a rhythm, and that's the one thing they have not been able to do, and that's where the athleticism comes in. Edwards on the floor here for the Panthers. He brings it up over to the left side. Once again, a left wing three-pointer opportunity wide open for Ibumwanye. The 6'4" senior forward, just an outstanding effort from beyond the arc there, especially in his favorite spot along the left wing.
No question, and this young man's unsigned.
There's a three-point shot finally knocked down there by Eisen. And number 21 getting an opportunity, John Jesuit, the 6'3" junior guard, coming off the bench with a three-point shot. Now Horton back over towards Hadnot. Hadnot trying to work his way around a defender. Now back up top to Edwards. Edwards has the ball taken away from him. Now Jesuit trying to play turnover basketball. And they have it here as Luke Aparicio trying to make his way down the floor, and then punching it away is Horton right in front of his own bench. And it'll be an inbound opportunity from the sideline in front of the Pflugerville bench for Strake Jesuit.
Yeah, and to finish that thought, Joe, Ibumwanye is unsigned. He has a chance to be a really good player at the college level. His brother was 6'10", played at Lamar, and his sister played at Tulane. So he's got the pedigree, and I think you'll see him play college basketball as well.
Brian Doyle back in the ballgame for Strake Jesuit, along with Peter Iguodosa, the 6'3" sophomore forward. Inbound pass, and a foul called down low along the baseline. Looks like it will be Strake Jesuit basketball here. Inbounding is Justin Chukwujeku, the junior guard, standing at 6'3". A sub here for the Panthers coming into the ballgame now is Laku Lawrence, 5'9" junior guard. Now an inbound pass from the right corner, and it's heaved towards the timeline. Controlling it here for Strake Jesuit is Luke Aparicio. Now lob it down low, and that one's picked off by Edwards. And you can really see Edwards' length actually come into play there, but a foul called, and it's the first one on Justin Chukwujeku, the 6'3" junior guard, picks up his first personal foul, the third team foul here, as the Panthers will bring it up here once again. This time running the point is Hadnot. Hadnot over to the left wing to Edwards. Edwards trying to dribble drive into penetration, dishes it off down low. Good pass, but unfortunately no good for Henderson. And here comes Jesuit. Strake Jesuit trying to make their way down, back into this ball game, down 22-6. A nice move there by Justin Chukwujeku, but that's going to be an offensive foul. He drove on, getting the position defensively there Down low was Darren Henderson. You could really see Henderson set his feet, ready to take the charge.
Yeah, you hate to see a guy miss a layup on one end, but he came back on the defensive end, made up for it, stood up, took the charge, and Pflugerville ball.
Indeed. The Panthers now bringing it up, the men in blue and gold. Moving from left to right on your television screen here, watching on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Joe Taylor, Max Ibody here. 22-6 lead here with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Now Henderson dishes off to Hadnot. Hadnot trying to look back up top. Nice poke away there by Aparicio. Now the birthday boy over to the right side, making a move here on Laku Lawrence. He dishes out towards the left side, and once again, Ibum Wanye hot from outside. His third three-pointer here in the first quarter. 25-6, and it is a barrage of three-pointers and good defensive play here for the Panthers. Here's a baseline jumper from 18 feet away. That's no good. Edwards grabs the rebound for Pflugerville. Edwards is trying to drive the lane, dishes and makes some space available for his teammate Hadnot in the corner. That shot is no good, but Hadnot follows his shot. Here's from the right wing is Ibum Wanye, and he is absolutely on fire. Wow.
He's en fuego.
In a clinic going on from the left and the right wing for the birthday boy. Here comes Brian Doyle, loses the handle on for the moment. Now to the left corner. Here's another three-point shot that rattles out. Isaac Mooney trying to get into the three-point action here, but it's no good, and a foul underneath. It will be Pflugerville basketball, and looks like they're going to issue the fifth team foul here for the Strake Jesuit Crusaders. And the men in white and green, unfortunately, just on the wrong end of a three-point clinic by Pflugerville.
Yeah, to be honest with you, before the game began, I thought if Strake was going to win this, the game had to be in the 50s, and Pflugerville's halfway there already.
Now Edwards trying to drive the left side of the lane, puts up a soft jumper, a runner in the lane, if you will. He gets his own rebound, goes up strong, no foul called. Hadnot battling for it. He has it. Hadnot walked with the basketball, though. Traveling just inside the free throw line. Too many steps there for young Hadnot.
Texas two-step doesn't work on the basketball court,
No,
Joe.
it does not. You can see just really trying to draw the foul. That was really the effort there from the left elbow. Now with the full court press, Pflugerville even now more so menacing here with a commanding lead. And the ball floating out of bounds here. It looks like they're going to call a foul actually on Hadnot. It'll be a sideline inbound here right in front of the scorer's table. Successful. Hunter Thompson with the basketball, guarded tightly there by Ibum Wanye. Henderson now coming over. They're trying to get it inside. They do that successfully as Jesuit dishes off to the right side to Iguodose. Iguodose passes it back out top and has it poked it away.
Pflugerville's just all over Strake right now, and they have no answers. They'll be happy to see this quarter end and hope they can regroup.
Indeed. Again, this is just the first quarter. If you're tuning in live on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, 28-6. Just a dominant first quarter here for the Pflugerville Panthers. Laku Lawrence now giving it up top here to Abrion Edwards. Again, the young man headed to UT Rio Grande, formerly UT Pan American. He'll let the waiting seconds of the scoreboard clock wind down inside 15 seconds before he's going to try to make a move here. I would doubt that he would push the issue here. Now he dribbles with that right hand over to the right side of the formation here. Coming to back to the top of the key over to Edwards, who works for the last shot. It'll be a three-pointer here to end the corner, and he banks it off the glass. He's going to call those, Edwards, and he does indeed. That will do it for the first quarter of play. Again, your score, Pflugerville all over Strake Jesuit, 31-6. We'll be right back with more on the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Championship bracket, 31 in the Holiday Classic. The third place trophy. Panthers 31.
McDonald House Charities is a home away from home for families with critically ill and injured children. Last year, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Austin served over 2,000 families through the Ronald McDonald House and family rooms. Again, we welcome all of you back to live coverage of the Consolation Championship here in the Westlake Holiday Classic, benefiting the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Again, 31-6. That is not a typo, boys and girls. 8 turnovers for Strake Jesuit, and it's unfortunately led to 8 3-pointers. Back on the floor here is Hadnot along with Ibn Wanye. He is a proud owner of several of those 3-pointers. We'll get you some of the first half stats in just a moment. Brian Doyle with the basketball now in for Strake Jesuit. Now trying to make a move defensively. Picking him up is Laku Lawrence. Lawrence staying with him tight, but Lawrence will pick up the foul.
8 3-pointers for one team, 8 turnovers for the other. I'd say that's crazy 8s for Strake Jesuit, Joe.
Indeed, a very dangerous opportunity there is our mic cord that takes care of the sound you hear when the ball rips through the nylon or hops off the rim. Actually was touched there on an inbound pass. That's unfortunate. Now they're tending to it, so it'll be a quick dead ball there. Pflugerville with a commanding 31-6 lead. Again, we talk about all of the points that were scored by Pflugerville, most of them from beyond the arc. Pretty impressive, not only with their ability to dribble drive, get that penetration, but there seems to be always a man open. That's a credit, really a testament to just the spacing on the floor that their head coach, David Ragosa, actually really points to so they can exploit their athleticism, Max.
Absolutely, and of course the plan only works when guys knock shots down, Joe, and you know, the guys have been almost perfect from the perimeter, so it just opens everything up.
Hunter Thompson with the inbound pass underneath the Strake Jesuit bucket. He gets the pass successfully out to Livet. Livet back over to Doyle. Here's a steal by the birthday boy. He's all alone with the two-hand jam.
It's a second dunk of the game as well.
Nusa Imbumwanye, again, just playing very, very well here early on. Putting on a show here, 33-6. Now back up to the left wing here as the Pflugerville Panthers trying to get something going with Wilson Dunn. Now back over to Robinson, back out to Dunn. Again, just sloppy passing here for Strake Jesuit. And a foul there as a whistle blows the play dead right at midcourt.
Well, no lack of hustle by Pflugerville, and you know, when you play aggressively, you're going to get a couple fouls like that on the loose ball. So I expect them to keep that pace up, Joe.
It'll be number 23, Justin Bickham, the 6'1" junior guard, checking in. His first opportunity there. Also Jamal Sawyer, a 6-foot senior post player. He's the one wearing the mask, no doubt protecting that face. Inbound pass here just to the left of our vantage point here as we welcome you inside the competition gym. 5 seconds is an excellent defense there, swarming by the Panthers, as it's yet another turnover here, and Pflugerville just really firing at will, Max.
No question, and you know, this morning when I woke up, I saw it was Nosa's birthday. Wished him a happy birthday on Facebook, and I just can't believe how it's turning out for him here in the first half.
Well, if he's looking to try to get something going in his college recruiting, he's certainly doing a number on Strake Jesuit. A kickball here as the bounce pass out top from Ibn Wanye out to Edwards. Kicked away there by Michael Gordon. Now back over to Ibn Wanye along the right wing. Now he's going to showcase his penetration ability. Goes up with the left hand, and he is fouled. The shot is no good. Big smile on the birthday boy's face as he goes to the line to shoot 2.
He's a good free throw shooter as well, so we'll see if he adds to his total. I think he has 16 at the moment.
Spins that rock, and with that right hand, just efforts that ball up there. Unfortunately, spins off the back iron. It's no good. First time we really see him miss early on here with 6:53 to play in the first half. Get a good look at Nosa Ibumwanye. That time he rips the nylon. It's good for the second free throw. 34-6, and now a full court press here by the very athletic Pflugerville Panthers. Now trying to make a move out of the backcourt here. Back to Brian Doyle. Doyle will take that left-hand dribble across the timeline, guarded tightly here by Bickham. Now Bickham over to Dunn. Wilson, now a reach-in foul will be called on Edwards as he got a piece of Wilson Dunn here, kind of at the top of the key, if you will. Get a good look at it here on the replay. Just going for that steal, once again trying to create a transition bucket, and got a piece of Wilson Dunn. So into the 1-1 here on that 7th team foul. Checking into the ball game here for the Pflugerville Panthers is David Beck, a 6'4" junior forward. Got some playing time in the last game against Pflugerville. Looked pretty good for the young junior.
I like Beck. A year from now, we'll probably be talking about him as one of the key players on the Pflugerville team. He's long, he's athletic, he's around the rim. He does a good job of finishing, finish above the rim as well.
Wilson Dunn at 6'5". He's a senior at the line. Good on the first end of the 1-1. This time it's no good. Rebound cleared out by Ibumwanye. Now back over to Bickham. Bickham will bring it up here with the left hand across the timeline on the left side of the floor. Now back here to the near side. A cross-court pass once again. A little game of pass going on between Hadnot and Bickham. Bickham just trying to set up the offense, wasting a little time here with a 34-7 lead. Back to the corner and Ibumwanye. Now back out top to the left wing. Over to the corner now. Just trying to set things up, playing keep away. And if you're watching and wondering where the shot clock is, it doesn't exist in UIL competition in the state of Texas. No shot clock, and right now it's just a big game of keep away here for the Panthers. Not trying to run the score up on Strake Jesuit, waiting for that perfect opportunity. There's a slam dunk try on a drive to the baseline. It's no good. David Beck trying to go up and put up the second chance point on a long rebound from Hadnot. Hadnot able to get that long rebound, dish it down low, and a foul called on Beck.
Well, interestingly enough, even after all these threes, Strake is in his zone. And Ibumwanye exploited the baseline, went strong to the hole, and just rattled out.
That foul called on Hunter Thompson. Now team fouls even at 7. The front end of the 1-1 here for David Beck is good, so he gets on the board for the first time. And the left-handed shot is good. He makes both free throws. Nice long and lean ball player here for David Beck, and it'll be interesting to see. He favors that left hand. Obviously, that's the shooting hand. Definitely a powerful tool in his arsenal down low.
Everybody loves a lefty shooter.
Now across the timeline here, still just penetrating defense here going on. Here comes the double team. Now back up to Thompson. Thompson dishing off here to Michael Gordon. Gordon trying to drive towards the left side. And a foul the other way, and it looks like it's going to be against Strake Jesuit.
Well, pressure does a lot of things to a guy's confidence. In the first 3 games I watched Strake, I don't think I saw Doyle make as many turnovers in the entire 3 games as he did in the first quarter. So pressure breaks a lot of guys.
Looks like he just stepped on the baseline on a whistle away from the ball. Now 3-point opportunity here coming for Justin Bickham. It comes up short. Here comes Gordon. Gordon across the left side, going to try to take it himself. There's a steal by Beck. Beck, it's a 2-on-1 break, 3-on-1 if you're counting. There's a bounce pass back to Beck from Bickham. So Beck to Bickham, Bickham to Beck, and Beck will finish with his 4th point scored on that field goal. Just a nice give-and-go game there between Bickham and Beck.
Unselfish basketball wins the day.
38-7 here with 5 minutes straight up to go in the first half. All Pflugerville here. We thank all of you for watching on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And this broadcast produced by Legacy Sports Network. And a timeout briefly there. It's actually going to be a line change as the ball goes out of bounds. Inbound opportunity here for Strake Jesuit. We get our first look at a couple of new gentlemen here. Mike Carnes, a 6'7" sophomore forward, into the ball game now. Back on the floor is Dylan Livett. We also get a good look at Luke Aparicio, the 5'10" junior guard. Back on the floor, taking the inbound is Hunter Thompson, and he'll get it out to Aparicio, the backup guard, who's done a very good job defensively here, if we can say that. It's really the bright spot for Strake Jesuit right now. Back over to the left side here, trying to make a move offensively is Peter Egadosa, who's checked back into the ballgame as well. Back out front to Livett. Livett now trying to work his way to the corner. Here's Hunter Thompson. Thompson back out to the right wing, now trying to reset the offense again. Here's Egadosa, well outside the left wing, trying to create with the left hand. Trying to make a move around to pick, goes into the lane. That one is swatted away briefly, but enough on it there from Egadosa to rattle it home off the glass. I like defense there, but even stronger move to the hoop by Egadosa.
I like Egadosa. He's a sophomore. He's strong. He's got a great body and probably a great future.
And just like that, the three-point barrage continues. This time it's Hadnot. That's his second three-pointer. 41-9 with 4 minutes straight up. We'll get you immediate timeout here in just a moment on the next dead ball. Now just trying to stay alive here is Aparicio. Aparicio off to Thompson. Now here's a fadeaway 18-footer here. No good. A rebound controlled there by Thompson. And Mike Carnes, I said 18 feet, more like 15 feet just outside the left block. The shot went up, but you got to give credit to Thompson who rebounded that ball. We'll take a quick media timeout. Again, you're watching live coverage Your score, Pflugerville all over Strake Jesuit, 41-11. We'll be right back with the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
And we welcome you back inside the competition gym here. Everyday volunteers provide lunch and dinner for the family staying at the Ronald McDonald House. Your support of Ronald McDonald House charities in Austin keep families together and helps children heal. And this is the Westlake Holiday Classic here, the 2013 Westlake Holiday Classic, as we wind out 2013 and say Happy New Year to all of you watching on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety, 41-11. Yes, that's right. It's a 30-point deficit here for the Crusaders of Strake Jesuit. It will take a mighty crusade to try to get back into this ballgame.
It's probably going to be a long bus ride back to Houston, Joe.
We get a look at Hunter Thompson headed to the free throw line for the second time tonight. Leading all scorers here is the man who celebrates his birthday today, who inbounds the ball. It's Nosa Ibumwanye, 17 points. Again, a lot of those coming from not only beyond the arc, but also in transition. He has 2 slam dunks on breakaways created by steals. Now Hadnot trying to come up with an opportunity here for a right corner shot, just showing his range. There's another three-pointer by Nosa. The 6'4" senior forward just doing a number on Strake Jesuit this first half here in the Consolation Championship game, leaving no doubt to everybody here, if they're a coach or a would-be college coach, Nosa can play a little bit.
They're going to have to get this game on video on demand, Time Warner.
Now Iguodala trying to make a move here defensively on Bickham. Picks up his dribble along the left wing. Now bounce pass to Livet. Livet trying to just get involved in this game. Now he's a shot from the left elbow here, and Hunter Thompson not following his shot. It's no good. Livet comes away with the long rebound. Now it's poked away from Livet. Now Thompson from Iguodala will have an opportunity, but they're going to reset here with 2:45 to play. Here's a three-point shot from the left wing, and that one is good from Luke Aparicio, the 5'10 junior guard. Knocks down a three-pointer here for Strake Jesuit. A bright spot here with 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half.
It was the first time somebody didn't have a hand in his face as well. Hadnot was a little bit slow, maybe a little bit, took it a little bit lazy to get out there and cover him. You got to get in the guy's face.
Now beating off the dribble is Hadnot, but he'll dish off to the left side to Bickham. Back out front, we get a good look at Jamal Sawyer. Now Nosa Ibumwanye gives up the rock. Hadnot driving the lane, and it'll be a foul on the floor here. I believe the foul is going to be called. It's a reach-in foul on Hunter Thompson. 44-15 here as we get a good look at the replay there. Just a simple reach-in foul, but again, we're into the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Hadnot. Hadnot rips the nylon. We get a good opportunity here to meet our officials of tonight's game. It's Mike Butler along with Jeff Seibel and Henry Lewis, our officials here tonight for the consolation game. Hadnot eyes his second shot. That one is good. Very good free throw shooting so far here. I've only seen one missed free throw from Pflugerville, something that I know that's got to make their head coach, David Ragosa, very happy.
Very happy, and that also put Hadnot into double-digit scoring as well, along with Ibumwanye. So when you've got 2 guys and Edwards has 9 at your half in double figures, you know things are going right.
Matt Stomberg into the ballgame now for Strake Jesuit, but it's Iguodala with the basketball trying to drive down the right side, and a foul there. Good defense down low, but David Beck unfortunately going to be hit with this foul. Going into not only David Beck, but the junior post player A.J. Scott in the ballgame as well. Looks like possibly they're going to charge that foul to A.J. Scott, so Iguodala heads to the line to shoot 2. That one is good.
A little bit of sign of defensive inexperience as well by the young guys, because they had good position, but they swung at it. And when you're going to be a shot blocker, you just want to stand straight up and not give the referee a reason to call it.
Iguodala no good, but a rebound controlled briefly there, but just as it was briefly controlled by Mike Carnes, Nosa rips it away and creates the offensive opportunity here with 1:40 to play in the first half. Now Bickett up top trying to create for his teammates, just setting up the offense. It's a soft zone defensively here for Jesuit. Just trying to end this half, lick their wounds, and go to the locker room and talk about it. Now Bickham along the left wing in front of the Jesuit bench. Now out front to Nosa. Even Wanye passes over to Beck, and now onto the right side here is A.J. Scott. Now a four-man collision there as far as the defense is concerned, as four defenders just racing over to Nosa Ibamwanye trying to prevent the basket, and he goes hard to the rim for the foul.
I'm not so sure about licking wounds, Joe. I believe they're going to do some major suturing at halftime.
Indeed, the mass unit in definite need. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. Checking into the ballgame is A.J. Chester, the 6-foot junior guard here for the Pflugerville Panthers. A lot of playing time will be coming for some of these youngsters off the bench. Nosa Ibamwanye at the line again. Seeing if he can get closer and closer to that coveted 20-point mark, but front end of that free throw no good. Off the left iron, Iguodala with the rebound. Here's the full court press applied by A.J. Scott. Iguodala loses control of the dribble there briefly. Now here's another steal. This time it's Chester. A.J. Chester with a one-on-one move and count the basket. And no doubt that ignites the bench. You can see even the starters, including Aubrion Edwards, the young man that's one of the stars of this team, very happy for their bench player just taking the opportunity and really willing that ball off the glass and in for the and one.
Just like in a football game, Joe, you're going to throw a bad pass. You want to throw it somewhere where it's not going to be returned. When you throw the pass cross court across the middle, we've seen 5 transition buckets now, a couple for dunks. You've got to go ahead and go to the corners.
The and one no good here. Long rebound. Checking in is Justin Chukwujeku. As now Aparicio will bring it across the timeline. Inside 45 seconds to play here. Matt Stomberg trying to stop at the free throw line, and he rips a good pass. A little clap of the hands there for Stomberg. 6'1 junior guard gets on the board here. 48-18, still a 30-point deficit for Strake Jesuit. Now we just get a good look at Bickham just trying to set things up here as he rifles a pass over to A.J. Chester. Chester with the right-hand dribble. Now back over to Beckham. Picked up here defensively, trying to move inside 10 seconds in the half. And a very quick move and nice dish over to Beck, and Beck with the score. Nice assist there from A.J. Chester. So not only Chester getting on the board, here's the half-court shot, and that's how it will end. As positively as it began, did this first half, it ends just as positively with some bench players getting in on the action. Of course, we saw A.J. Chester driving the hole with his only opportunity. He gets the foul, obviously doesn't make the free throw, but David Beck getting an opportunity to dish as well. So an assist for A.J. Chester and a made basket there for David Beck. Pretty impressive stuff here in the first half. Again, your halftime score here live from the competition gym on the campus of Westlake High School. It's Pflugerville 50, Strake Jesuit 18. We'll be right back with some halftime thoughts of Max Ivety. And of course, we'll hear from the head coach of the Westlake Chaparrals, the host of this Westlake Holiday Classic, coming up next. This is the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. High school basketball games on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel will be available on Time Warner Cable Local On Demand. Please check your Time Warner Cable Local On Demand listings for this game and other great games across the state of Texas. And for more information on this and other great games and shows on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, visit their website at twcsportschannel.com. I'm Joe Taylor alongside the host coach, if you will, as we welcome you back inside the competition gym here at Westlake High School. Westlake High School, obviously, aforementioned Drew Brees, Nick Foles, some of those very recognizable names, even Justin Tucker. That's a gridiron school, yes, but Trace Ellis, you're trying very hard to make this a basketball school, too. Congratulations, the 4th annual Westlake Holiday Classic, 16 teams. It's been pretty impressive.
It has been very impressive, and there's been some great basketball players that have come through here as well. Chris Mem and Luke Axtell and Brad Buckner, some of those guys as well. So, and we have Cody Doolin that played for me a while back. So, we do have some history with basketball as well.
We do. And when you put together a tournament like this, I think one of the big credits is that, number one, it's in Austin. And I think that's a very sought-after destination, especially after the holidays. And I think it's really a tournament that all of these teams from across the state, even locally with Pflugerville, Harker Heights, even St. Stephen's getting an opportunity to come in, it's really rounded out. And with a partner like the Austin Toros, you really can't go wrong with Christmas time and the Happy New Year in Austin.
You're absolutely right. When we decided to do this, I had this in the back of my mind, and I approached the parents several years ago that we wanted a great tournament in Westlake because, exactly, Austin, who doesn't want to come to Austin? And we have a great community that I knew that would work real hard to bring them in.
And I know that we have a lot to be thankful for here as far as our coverage is concerned here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Not bad. We expect to have a championship game broadcast, but you get 2, not 1. So 2 for the price of 1 as far as admission. It's pretty good.
Absolutely. We were just hoping for 1, and we're real grateful that Time Warner was willing to come in here and do this for us.
The one thing that I know that a lot of people are wondering is how much, as far as this tournament is concerned, how much really does this help right before the district season starts? I know a couple of teams here in the 16-team field have some district games under their belt, but it's really a chance to really basically look at your season in front of you and go in with very good competition.
Absolutely. That's a big part of it. We, for us even today in our last game, we were able to work on something that we need in district more and be able to do it now that we're in this district season and do it at that time and practice it against an opponent like you do earlier in the season as well. And so that's real helpful and fantastic competition. You go into your district and you say, hey, we've played all these other guys too. What's different within our district? Yeah, they're good, but we can play. So
District 16 5A for the Westlake Chaparrals, District 15 5A for the Pflugerville Panthers. I know just as a head coach, you're looking at some of those first-round matchups that may come if Westlake is fortunate enough to get a playoff spot. I know that it doesn't necessarily look great for your chances against Nosa Ubumwanya. This guy's an amazing talent.
Amazing talent. Pflugerville obviously is very traditionally strong, and we're real happy that they're here. When we got them right away, we knew they were one of the local schools that we wanted to bring in, and again, they're really strong and have some fantastic players that we're happy to have come in. And obviously we've got a coaching staff that's keeping an extra eye on them, and so in case we do match up with them in playoffs, hopefully we're fortunate to be in the playoffs and match up with them.
Well, Coach, as always, it's very exciting to see this tournament take on a new identity, if you will. It's been in the process, 4 years in the making, and now we're taking it up a notch here with the television broadcast and obviously all the great things that you've done with the Ronald McDonald House charities. That's the biggest thing. What a lot of people think of these classics that occurred during the holidays and really in all during the preseason. Really, this is all for a good cause.
Absolutely. When we first started, we didn't have that. Last year, we added that charitable event or charitable benefactor. We really wanted to do something for the community as well. Because so much of the community was coming in and helping, but we wanted to promote the tournament. We felt like, these teams are coming in and they see that, hey, we're not just coming in to play basketball games. We're helping out. Obviously, Carlton Industries with their donation this year is just unreal with their donation to the Ronald McDonald House. But it's really helped provide a lot of other sponsors that want to get on board with that because they see the great work that's going on and what it's it's beyond basketball.
Indeed, and one of the biggest gifts that the Ronald McDonald House Charities gives is just room at the inn, if you will, because let's face it, no one wants to deal. One of the biggest things that you can think of as scariest moments is you can think of, you're a parent, I'm a parent, you don't want your kids to be sick, and the Ronald McDonald House is all about giving a home to those families with critically ill or injured children, and again, all for a good cause, especially around the holidays. He's Trey Sellis, the head coach of the Westlake Chaparrals and host of the Westlake Holiday Classic. Again, when we come back, we'll visit with Max Ivany and more on the first half coverage here between Pflugerville and Strake Jesuit. Not much of a game so far, as you can see, 50-18, but it no doubt will have an opportunity to bring you more coverage and again showcase the rest of the Holiday Classic. This is Westlake Holiday Classic basketball. We welcome you back inside the competition gym here at the campus of Westlake High School. Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivany, 20 points for the birthday boy, Nosa Ibumwanye, and really that's the story. A 50-18 score here. Not much of a game in the second half awaits us, but one thing to note, Strake Jesuit will try to lock down a very difficult young man by the name of Nosa Ibumwanye.
Well, Joe, they say numbers never lie. How about the number 13? 13 turnovers for Strake. Pflugerville takes 13 threes, hits 10.
Unbelievable. 10 of 13 from beyond the three-point line. And once again, we see the starters back in play here is Abrion Edwards, the 6'4" senior forward, back into the ball game here for the first time really since the first quarter. A lot of district action coming Pflugerville's way, including a game with Round Rock a little bit later on next week. In fact, I think they have 2 games next week, and they'll have to take the opportunity here to at least get their starters some rhythm here in the second half with a 50-18 lead.
Well, both coaches have to use this as teaching moments. Pflugerville for the young guys, and perhaps Strake for the younger guys too. But just also, Coach Amorosa is probably going to go, one play at a time and try to get his kids to do the right thing.
Dylan Livett with the score. That's the second time he's had the opportunity to get on the score sheet there. Edwards trying to create here on the other ends as starters back into the ball game here for both clubs. It's Gordon, Thompson, Dunn, Doyle, and Livett, along with Ibumwanye, Edwards, Horton, Hadnot, and Henderson.
Henderson displayed a nice little jump hook there, 10 feet out.
52-20 here as Doyle brings it up. that Michael Gordon with the basketball. Shoots it over to Thompson. Thompson trying to create on the left side, back to the left elbow. Nice little running one-handed jumper there in the middle of the lane as Wilson Dunn not only misses a shot, he follows it with the rebound. Excellent second chance opportunity off the miss from Dunn. Back over to the left side now to Horton. Horton back over towards Hadnot, now trying to create off the pick and roll. And a jump ball there. Good fought for jump ball by Wilson Dunn, as we've seen Dunn emerge here in the second half with not only some moves on the offensive side, but the defensive side as well. But the possession arrow will belong to Pflugerville.
It's hard for kids to keep their focus when there's a 30-point difference, but Pflugerville has to look at this as a 0-0 game and try to play a good game in the second half. That's how I look at it. And the same thing goes for Strake from their perspective as well.
Absolutely. Now just trying to build off this is Brian Doyle. Doyle with the basketball, shoots it over to Gordon. Now Thompson at the top of the key, just trying to execute the Crusader offense. Down low to Livet. Livet with a post move there. Nice move off the glass against much bigger target down low there for the Pflugerville Panthers defensively, as Darren Henderson just trying to play defense on the big man down low, and Livet gets his second bucket of the second half.
It's a quality move. It's a nice little up and under by Livet.
Just a little inbound opportunity here for Nosa Ibumwanye. Tight defense here as he gets it into Hadnot. Now down low to Henderson, but reaching over and fouling Henderson is Livet. He'll be charged with his first foul of the second half here. Second team foul here for the Crusaders. And the Crusaders in their white jerseys with their green lettering and numerals. Blue uniforms belong to the Panthers. Now here's the first three-point shot from Nosa Ibumwanye in the second half. And unlike most of his shots in the first half, this one is no good. But here's a steal on the other end by Horton. Horton trying to make his way over to Hadnot. Hadnot dishes over. Edwards actually dishes over towards Hadnot, but he's fouled as he tries to make that under the basket pass towards the left corner. Nosa with the inbound pass back out towards Edwards to Horton, over to the left side to Hadnot. Now here's Edwards with some room to operate, left-handed dribble. Now it goes back on the dribble drive to Hadnot. Hadnot trying to finish, can't do so, and there's a rebound again by Wilson Dunn. Now Mike Gordon trying to take Horton on, one-on-one here as he crosses the timeline on the left side in front of his own bench. Now down low to Livet. Here comes the double team. Nice little turnaround hook shot there. No good off the right hand. And here comes Hadnot. Hadnot down the left wing. Now, very crisp pass, but just behind Edwards. And there's a save by Nosa Ibumwanye, and Hadnot fouls Gordon as he tries to track down the basketball in the backcourt. So good hustle play on both sides, really, as the pass just looked like it kind of lingered there in the corner. But how about the effort by Horton? Behind the back, no-look opportunity to try to keep the ball in play.
You know, a lot of coaches, when they grade out players, keep track of hustle plays and deflections, things that don't show in the regular stat book, Joe.
Aparicio now into the ballgame as a substitute, and he guides the offense here for Strake, trying to make a move around Livet's pick to the left wing, over to the corner to Thompson. Hunter trying to work his way towards the left post area, and Wilson Dunn with just a turnaround half jumper there, and it's no good off the front iron. Over to the right wing now, trying to make his move here in the third quarter is Edwards. Edwards trying to drive to the hole with the left hand, switches to the right hand, and you can count the basket for Edwards. That foul. Edwards will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play here. Just a fantastic effort here coming off that pick by Hadnot.
Defensive effort by Strake has to improve. They've got to have more intensity. He basically walked to the hole.
Substitutions here is coming in for the Pflugerville Panthers is Isaac Mooney. Isaac Mooney taking up some room here for the Pflugerville Panthers. Deep roster here for the Panthers, as they will no doubt get a lot of opportunities for some of the guys that don't get too much playing time in the regular season. Now Aparicio will take the inbound pass, and Hadnot will pick him up in the backcourt. Hadnot trying to move across the timeline. Right with step for step is Luke Aparicio. Now over to the left wing here as Chukwu Jeju is in the ball game here. And a whistle there before the ball goes up in the air. And it looks like getting hit with the foul there is Isaac Mooney. Isaac Mooney will be hit with his first personal foul. It'll be the second team foul here for the Pflugerville Panthers. Now back up top here for Strake Jesuit. Aparicio just trying to work his way over towards the left wing. They involve Brian Doyle. Now back out to Chukwu Jeju. Good ball movement here as Livet picks up Doyle along the left wing, trying to create space and opportunity for the three-point shot. Now a down low pass to the elbow. Now Livet trying to work his magic there, but he passes out of traffic. And just resetting here with all the time in the world with a 55-24 deficit here and 3:45 to play in the third quarter. Now Brian Doyle offering a fake pass, now back up to Aparicio. Almost a traveling call there, no call, as Doyle will reset for the Crusaders. Now just trying to follow the offense here as Aparicio will stop from the left elbow, and just a turnover there on a bad pass. He got caught between it, passing the ball and trying to shoot the ball, and a foul as going to the hole strong off the turnover there was Caleb Horton. Immediate timeout is coming your way with 3:22 remaining in the third quarter. It is all Pflugerville, 55-24 over Strake Jesuit. We'll be right back. You're watching live coverage of the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
In the Ronald McDonald House and charities, your local Ronald McDonald House and family rooms are there to support by your local community, locally focused and locally funded. The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the Eads Independent School District. Any rebroadcast or republication of the programming without the express written consent of TWC News and Local Programming, LLC, and the Eads Independent School District is strictly prohibited. Well, not necessarily a whale of a game, but certainly we're happy to be here in the Consolation Championship game, 55-24 here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. It is all Pflugerville as the Panthers really flexing their muscle over the Strake Jesuit Crusaders. I'm Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. We welcome all of you watching live coverage here in the second half. Coming up, a championship matchup here in the Westlake Holiday Classic on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. It is a game we're very much looking forward to. The Mules out of Alamo Heights in the San Antonio area against AAA Academy out of Dallas. It's going to be a very interesting matchup here coming up in the championship game. We'll have it following this game here between Pflugerville and Strake Jesuit. Caleb Horton to the line for the first time here in the second half, and he drills the front end of his 2 free throw opportunities here. Get a good look at Caleb Horton. Just a well put together guard, very athletic, makes good decisions with the basketball when he's asked to do so, but a very good defender here, and he picks up Brian Doyle here in the front court. I'm trying to make a move around Edwards. On the floor here, Justin Chukwujeku over to Doyle. As Livet looking for the opportunity on the lob pass down low into the post, and it's picked off there by Edwards. Edwards trying to pick up his dribble, a bounce pass over to Nosa Ibumwanye, who loses the handle. Good defense there. And now once again, Nosa going to try to drive to the hole. That one's swatted away by Hunter Thompson, but a foul is called on Hunter Thompson as he swats away the effort there from Nosa Ibumwanye.
Let's give Coach David Ragosa of Pflugerville some props here. He started out in full court man, put a lot of pressure on, created some turnovers, went to half court man. He just finished going into 2-3, and now he's back into man again. I think Strake is just confused a little bit and just can't get any rhythm.
Peter Iguodosa, the 6'3 sophomore forward, checking in for Hunter Thompson, who will take a seat here for a moment in the third quarter. 2:45 remaining. There's Nosa Ibumwanye, the 6'4 senior guard. Again, like I said, not necessarily recruited hard, but games like this will certainly make college coaches turn their heads, Max. And I know at D1Nation.com you're keeping a tight eye on the young man from Pflugerville.
Yeah, we got a call last week from Tarleton State. They were interested in him. And you know, great Division II program, and that's certainly an option for him. But like I said, 2 of his siblings play in Division I basketball, and quite candidly, I think he's on his way there as well.
57-24 here, and he's been the star of the first half with 20 points. He now has his first few points here in the second half. Brian Doyle bringing it up. Horton guarding him tightly there. Just a straight-up man-to-man defense here, just giving his starters a workout. Is David Ragosa. Dominic Amarosa just trying to build some positives here as they will take the long trip back towards H-Town. Now just trapped in the corner here, just trying to make a good decision. Back out to Livet. Livet will try to hand it off here to Aparicio. Aparicio operating here in the right wing. And back out top to Iguodala. We're also seeing some subs in for Pflugerville as well. As the ball goes out of bounds, we get an opportunity to tell you about Aparicio in the ball game as well for the Pflugerville Panthers. A.J. Chester back into the ball game. So on the floor, it's Horton, Chester, along with Isaac Mooney, Nosa Ibumwanye, and Edwards still on the floor as well. Iguodala with the inbound pass. He'll move it over to Aparicio, who will try to set it up. Just a quick swing pass over to Doyle here on the right side. Now back up top over to Juku Jaku. Now three-point shot for Aparicio is no good off the front iron. And a long rebound controlled by Strake Jesuit. Crusaders with a fresh opportunity here with 1:45 to play in the third quarter. A 33-point deficit, but nonetheless, Strake just trying to work on things. Over to the right corner, and there's another steal. Give it up nicely there by Edwards. Edwards going in for the two-handed jam on the finish and the foul. Count it as Abrion gets elevated and throws it down with two hands.
Well, the coaching staff down at Texas Pan Am, they've got to be happy.
Definitely, with just the ability to not only get loose on that play, but have really that peripheral vision that you'd love to see off the ball defensively. He knew where the ball was going to be, had the opportunity to create the separation, and then you could see the speed, really the difference in transition there, Max. Checking into the ball game now here for the Pflugerville Panthers will be Laku Lawrence. Saw a little bit of him in the first half. Also checking back in defensively is Michael Gordon for Strake Jesuit. Also getting a good look here at John Jewett for Strake Jesuit as well. 6'3" senior guard. The and one is good for Edwards. 60-24, and a dominating performance here by the Panthers in the Consolation Championship. Now Gordon trying to make his move over towards the side. Picks up his dribble, now caught in a little bit of a defensive struggle there. Good job there by Lawrence as Doyle kicks it back over towards John Jewett. He gives it up to Iguodala. Iguodala now trying to drive the lane there, and a foul is called. Count that bucket as Iguodala goes strong to the hole. Really seen a nice combination there, and it really, you look at Strake Jesuit, they've got some depth off the bench, and especially against a team like Pflugerville, who's still very much playing, Max. Peter Iguodala, not only on the offensive end, but just a strongly built forward type that's a physical player underneath.
Yeah, in pregame when I was speaking to Dominic Amorosa, he thought that Iguodala had the opportunity to become a star player down the road. Yeah, they had some pretty good players here at Strake in the past, including McDonald's All-American Rashid Suleiman, who's at Duke now.
There's a pull-up jumper just inside the top of the key there from 18 feet away. That one no good. Rebound controlled by Jesuit. Coming down the floor is Stomberg. Stomberg broken up just a moment there by Edwards, but back out to Stomberg. Trying to swipe at it is Edwards. Back over to Iguodala in the left corner. Now inside, turnaround jumper off the glass. No good for the young forward at 6'7", sophomore Mike Carnes, the benefactor there of an inside pass. That's a good heads-up play there on that pass inside. We can watch it all happen there, but unfortunately Carnes off the miss, unable to grab his own rebound, and unfortunately just caught up in a little bit of fisticuffs there down low on the block and delivers the foul. And that's just a young man's move right there. Again, first year on varsity. Carnes just trying to not only find his legs here on as far as a role player, but find his legs in general at 6'7" and barely 16 years of age.
Yep, it's we expect a lot of these kids because they're bigger, but the truth of it is mentally they're just like any other 5'10" high school sophomore.
So on the air ball miss on the free throw opportunity given to Isaac Mooney. It'll be Jesuit basketball here as Strake will bring it up. Losing the ball handled by Michael Gordon. He retreats, gets the ball back into his control, and now back over to Stomberg. Stomberg trying to make a move around Edwards, picks up his dribble, now delivers a pass to the left corner. Now back up top to Gordon. Gordon trying to drive to the left elbow, bounce pass over to Iguodala. Iguodala with a one-handed pass to the corner, three-point shot coming here for John Jewett, and that one rips the nylon. Very nice opportunity there for ball movement, just building off that success, and Jewett knocks it down. Just a baseball pass from Edwards to the right side, going up strong. The ball just battled for there in the closing seconds of the third quarter, and it will fall with a no-good shot there by Edwards. So we've come to the end of the third quarter. Pflugerville with a commanding lead, 60-29, as we welcome all of you to our coverage of the Westlake Holiday Classic here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. We'll be right back for the final quarter here at the Consolation Championship. The Westlake Holiday Classic is all about giving to the Ronald McDonald House charities in Austin and Central Texas. Your local Ronald McDonald House and family rooms are supported by your local community, locally focused and locally funded. Because of the generosity of our local community, when able, families are asked to only contribute $10 a night to their stay. 60-29 as we get a good look at the championship trophy that will be awarded a little bit later on to the victor of the Alamo Heights AAA Academy Championship game here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. Edwards with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Joe Taylor, Max Ivety courtside with you here in Austin, Texas on the campus of Westlake High School. Picking up the dribble here on the far side is for the Pflugerville Panthers is Laku Lawrence. Now back over to Edwards. Edwards back over to Lawrence. Getting an opportunity here is A.J. Chester, who we saw not only with a three-point play of his own, a little assist action from Chester as the young man gets an opportunity. But speaking of opportunity, how about this? The big man, David Beck, with a three-point shot. It's no good. And a foul is called. And it will be issued to A.J. Scott, the 6'2 junior post player here, as he tries to get position on the big man, Mike Carnes, down low.
Well, I love finding quality guys before everybody else knows about them. I'll guarantee you this time next year, David Beck's going to be on a lot of people's lips.
Looking at over to the left side here is Justin Chukwujeku involved in the offense here. Back over to Jesuit. Jesuit to the corner trying to get into Carnes. Carnes with a baseline pass to the opposite side of the court. Opening up a three-point shot here for Stomberg. Stomberg unable to knock it down. Rebound fought for. And coming away with it here is Pflugerville. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence trying to go the distance coast to coast as he puts up the shot. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Laku Lawrence. Lawrence just out of control there as he hit the lane. Trying to do a little too much there. Instead of slowing the pace, he forced the issue there. And a substitution coming into the ballgame now for the Pflugerville Panthers is Justin Bickham.
Well, in transition in the backcourt, he had Ebrion Edwards out front. He should have given it up to him to get it back for a productive finish.
Here's Michael Gordon here bringing it up over to the right wing. Now back up top here to Chukwujeku. Gordon now in the left corner, picked up defensively, out to the top of the key, and Carnes. Carnes dishing it off here to Chukwujeku, and a foul, and a reach-in foul. That'll be called on Laku Lawrence here. Actually, no, they're going to call it. Wow. A.J. Scott will pick up that foul, his second in 3 possessions. 60-29, Pflugerville with a commanding lead over Strake Jesuit. A pass on the inbound, straight out to Gordon, over to the right side to Chukwujeku. Now over to Gordon, back over to Stomberg, who has a three-pointer for his efforts here tonight. He'll give up the rock, though, to Chukwujeku. Over to the right side to Gordon. Gordon back up top to Stomberg, trying to reset here with 6:25 to play in the fourth quarter and the ball game here. 60-29, it's a 31-point deficit here for Strake Jesuit. Now to the elbow on the left side. Over to the right wing. Three-point shot coming here for Gordon, and he knocks it down. Nicely done for Michael Gordon, his first three-point shot of the night, and it's good here in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to play. Both teams into the bonus. 18 fouls here for the home team, Strake Jesuit. 16 fouls here for the Pflugerville Panthers, and that pass down low picked off by Justin Chukwujeku, the 6'3 junior guard. Resetting here offensively, staying with the hot hand. Here's Gordon on the drive. That shot off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and the whistle blows a foul. And it looks like they're going to, Jeff Seibel there is actually going to issue the foul down low, and it will be against Jesuit, and it will go against Justin Chukwujeku. headed to the line will be David Beck. And as Max mentioned, again, not necessarily on anybody's radar right now during his junior season, but with district play in 15-5A coming, he is definitely a pick off the bench that a lot of guys would like to have.
Yeah, he could easily be 2 inches taller by this summer and put in an extra 10 pounds, improve his handles a little bit, and you got yourself a heck of a player.
With that left hand, arcs that shot in, and that free throw is good. 62-32, 30 points even here. The deficit for Strake Jesuit, and a commanding lead here for the Pflugerville Panthers. Again, all but in the books here, as Strake just trying to work their offense. Very good on the perimeter passing game. Here's Carnes at the top of the key. He puts it down, loses the handle, and it's saved there on the near side of the baseline by Jesuit. But another turnover on the pass back out to the top of the key. Here's Edwards on the low look pass over to Lawrence. Lawrence inside, and that pass, unfortunately, for the Pflugerville Panthers picked off there. Good heads-up defensive play there by Chukwujeku. And now an opportunity over with a three-point shot that doubles as a pass. Carnes puts it home off the glass, and the foul. Again, I know that Michael Gordon was not necessarily looking for that to be a lob pass. That was his three-point shot, but Carnes able to gather himself underneath the hoop and make that count on the back end. And you mentioned that with Mike Carnes at 6'7", he's in position to do so when the shot is off.
Yeah, and he's a young guy growing into his body to get a little court time, get a little confidence, and again, he'll probably play a big part for Strake next year.
And a good offensive rebound there for Strake after the missed field goal, or free throw rather. And now a whistle here down low, and they're going to call it on Carnes, so it'll be Pflugerville basketball the other way. And it will be issued to Mike Carnes there. That'll be the 10th team foul. Into the double bonus we go. So 2 free throws here coming. And this will put Justin Bickham at the line, shooting 2. And the front end of that effort, no good here for Bickham. Joe Taylor alongside Max Ivety. We're courtside with you here for the Consolation Championship. Make sure you stay tuned to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. We'll have the championship game here for the Westlake Holiday Classic here in 2013. It'll be the Alamo Heights Mules against the Stallions of AAA Academy out of Dallas. And a very good-looking, silky smooth guard, King McClure. Looking forward to see what he can do in the championship game. And that ball tipped out of bounds here by Pflugerville. It'll belong to Jesuit.
Yeah, you hate to look past the current game, but obviously it's one-sided now, and I'm looking forward to, even though they won't defend each other per se, the matchup, the star power matchup. 6'10", Georgia Tech commit, and the guy that's been offered by everybody in the country who's a junior. Could be exciting.
We'll make sure to go over all those matchups and more with you as we bring you live coverage of the championship game. Coming up right after this one, we'll take a short timeout between games, but it won't be a long one. So we'll have live basketball here in the great state of Texas coming from the capital city right after this one wraps up here. At the top of the key, here's Justin Chukwujeku. The ball stolen momentarily. Loose ball picked up here by Stomberg as he keeps possession here for the Crusaders. And Patrick Ukezi in the ball game here for Strake Jesuit. He loses the handle, but a whistle is blown there and a foul called on A.J. Scott for Pflugerville. So it'll be the 8th team foul here and a 1-and-1 opportunity coming for Uzeki, I should say, the 6'1" junior guard. Get a good look at him here, eyeing his first opportunity from the charity stripe. And the front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebound controlled there and controlled nicely by A.J. Scott. Bringing it up is Caleb Horton, the starter, over to Edwards. Horton in the corner, now driving baseline on Carnes. He elevates, and he is fouled on the way up. No, it looks like it's going to be a charge. Wow. Well, an excellent call there is just going straight up and keeping the feet down low. We get a good look at the replay here. It was Carnes on the defense, but coming around, it was Uzeki that planted his feet and drew the offensive foul. So nice work there by Uzeki in limited minutes here in the fourth quarter. 4:12 to play in this one. Clock moving, 63-34. Here's Gordon over to the left side to Uzeki. Back up top here to Chukwujeku. Chukwujeku over towards Stomberg. Stomberg with a quick pass over to the left wing. That one poked away. I tell you what, Edwards is everywhere. You know, you talk about him being a scoring threat. This man is just athletic as all get out, and he is trying to poke his hand, use some of his fingers in there to just poke the ball away. Media timeout here. We'll be right back for the final moments of the fourth quarter. This is the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer. It's been really hard on my dad. The hospital is 900 miles away, and the doctors told us we had to stay here 4 to 6 months for chemotherapy and radiation. The Ronald McDonald House called us and said we have a room available for however long we need it. I was really happy we could stay there together. Yeah.
And there's the parade All-American. The jersey retired, number 13, Chris Bim. Some of you might remember his work as a Los Angeles Laker, but here in Austin, they know his work as a parade All-American and a McDonald's All-American, and Brad Buckman, also a University of Texas graduate. And some of the big memories here. And when you talk about big, none bigger than Chris Bim at 7 feet. And one of the better post players, really, in the state of Texas, especially to come out of Westlake. Two of the great All-Americans representing not only this school but this area as far as basketball is concerned.
Yeah, actually, other than Chris Clack, who went on to Texas, he was the only other McDonald's from this area, unless you want to count John Henson, who moved after his junior year from Round Rock down to Florida.
Now, we can count those guys, but Chris Clack I can count as a personal friend and a classmate. I was a sophomore his senior season when he, along with William Stringfellow, went to that now very memorable state championship game with Lincoln. Former Longhorn and former Anderson Trojan with Chris Clack. A strong move to the hole there by Luke Aparicio, and a foul called on Pflugerville here. And it'll be against, for the Pflugerville Panthers, it'll be against Brandon Clark, the 5'11 senior guard, getting some mop-up duty here. Aparicio with the front end of the 2 free throws now that both teams are in the double bonus. 5'10 junior Luke Aparicio. It's hard to not imagine a shortstop with the last name of Aparicio there. I think, Max, you're old enough to remember a guy that kind of patrolled the middle infield there named Aparicio.
Luis Aparicio. Indeed. For the Chicago White Sox.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Back over here to the left wing. Good ball movement still from Pflugerville, even with the substitutes in. Nice ball movement here coming from the right side to Horton over to the left side as we get a good look at Justin Bickham once again back into the ball game here. 3:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Joe Taylor, Max Ivety here as Horton just trying to stay in with some of the second team guys here. Now quick pass over to the right wing. Now Horton trying to create off the dribble, just hands off to Beck. Beck again with his second three-pointer, and that is no good. Rebound controlled by Aparicio. Aparicio with a quick pass over to the left side to Uzeki, who's played well defensively. Had that one offensive opportunity there here in the third quarter. Now Aparicio over to the right side to Chukwujeku. Back over to Aparicio in the left wing, looking for Carnes. Strake just trying to run their offense. Very good defense as the athleticism does not necessarily go away when you hit the Pflugerville bench. And a good strong move to the hole there. And Patrick Uzeki heads to the line to shoot 2. He tried to get a step on Beck there, and David, unfortunately, popping him with the foul here late in the ball game. 63-35 your score. As Uzeki hits the front end of the one of the 2 shots here that he will get. Checking back into the ball game is John Jesuit, the 6'3 junior guard, or senior guard rather. Uzeki misses the second free throw, and it's rebounded nicely here by Jamal Sawyer, the 6-foot senior post player. Now Horton will bring it up here on the left wing. He'll hand it off here to Bickham. Over to the left side. Nice man-to-man defense here, and Jesuit comes up with the steal. Here's Strake Jesuit on the move. Stomberg trying to dish it off to Aparicio. Goes off his leg. He controls it and resets the offense. Back up top to John Jesuit with a 3-point shot. Jesuit, no good, off the front iron and off the back iron. Rebound fought for down around the baseline, and it goes off Pflugerville. The ball will remain with Strake Jesuit with a 63-36 deficit in front of him. Again, just trying to work on fundamentals here underneath the hoop. Get a good look at tournament director Jim McKay on the broadcast there. In charge of everything. One of the better run tournaments here, especially in the greater Austin area. Jim and his tournament committee have done a fine job keeping everything on pace and on time. Here's an inside pass to Uzeki. He loses the handle momentarily, regains it, now sets up an opportunity on the left side for a 3-point shot for Matt Stomberg. That no good off the back iron. And a rebound controlled here by Horton, and he brings it up here for Pflugerville. Back over here to Justin Bickham. Bickham out front here. A three-point opportunity coming for Brandon Clark. That one no good. Long rebound fought for. Here it comes close to the sideline, and it's rebounded nicely here by Brandon Clark, but stolen by Aparicio. Here's Aparicio, a double clutch move there. And wow, no, it's a no shot. No basket. It's going to be a goaltending, and it's going to be called on Carnes. We'll get a good look at the replay here. Aparicio just making a head fake, keeping the control together as he moved from right to left to right hand, and he put the ball in. Unfortunately, Carnes, the sophomore, tried to elevate to put it back home, but unfortunately, Aparicio didn't need any help. The basket was going to be good, but a goaltend called, the basket waved off.
Again, a mistake of a young player interfering in balls in the cylinder. Let's go back to your old classmate, Chris Clack, though, for a second. I want to expound on that a little bit. That's the only guy out of the Austin Independent School District to have gotten McDonald's All-American credentials. Great guy, still does things in the community to help young kids. Really a nice man.
No, he really is, and to be honest with you, a guy that gives back. You know, he recently just went back to school and trying to get that ever sought for degree, but here's a guy that made a living overseas for a very long time, and just because a guy doesn't necessarily pan out in the NBA, he had an opportunity, obviously had some opportunities in the D-League, but here's a guy that made a lot of money and made a very good living playing across the pond, if you will, and spent a lot of time playing in the Italian leagues there, and that's not a bad little living there when you're making good money in Italy. No doubt.
Pretty good life, making $150,000 tax-free with a car and an apartment.
Good work if you can get it. Play 6'5" guard. Rebound fought for here, and the young man Carnes delivers with the putback and the foul. How about Mike Carnes? You know, we've seen a little bit of both sides of Mike Carnes, the potential and some of the not so great moves, more than experience will take care of some of those maneuvers. We saw it in last possession with the goaltend, but here a good putback, another three-point play opportunity here for Carnes.
No substitute for court time. I like the way he kept it above his head, released it high. There's no opportunity to have it blocked, and you know, probably stuff like that is going to build confidence for him.
63-39, 45 seconds remaining. Horton over to Beck. Beck along the right wing. Now here's another opportunity to dribble drive here for Bickham. Bickham dishing off here to Jamal Sawyer. He goes up for the shot, foul by Carnes. Shot is no good. And the masked man, Jamal Sawyer, will go to the line, try to get on the board in this game, at least be a part of the score sheet. As the final 37 seconds tick off the clock here. First one is no good for Jamal Sawyer. Couple of bounces, and the right-handed shooter drills it home as he puts it through the hoop there. 64-39 here as Aparicio will bring it up along the left side. Now back over here to Jesuit. Jesuit over to the corner here to Uzeki. A lot of reserves getting an opportunity here for Strake Jesuit. Now back out to the wing and an inside pass to Carnes. Carnes has it blocked, but a foul is called, much to the chagrins of the Pflugerville faithful here, as they thought maybe that was a block shot, but Carnes will go to the line. A good bounce pass there, and it's a good call there down on the block. A.J. Chester elevating, or I should say actually it was David Beck elevating there and just got a piece of the left forearm of Mike Carnes, and Carnes puts the first of two free throws in. 6'7" sophomore and still growing. Have to take a look back at Strake Jesuit. If they are a 2014 invite to the Westlake Holiday Classic, it'll be interesting to see what kind of player Carnes is. I know you mentioned just growing up and being a bigger player, but at 6'7", he's got that frame that you can build upon.
Long arms, I love it.
64-40, as Strake has just made this a little bit more respectable. Cross-court pass to the left elbow, back up top here, not taking advantage of the opportunity is Bickham. And now Horton's just going to hold on to it here for a little while. And that will do it. As you can hear the buzzer sound here at the competition gym at Westlake High School. We'll take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with the winning head coach for the Pflugerville Panthers, David Ragosa. For Max Ivany, I'm Joe Taylor. Again, your final score here from the Westlake competition gym. The consolation championship goes by the way of the Panther. It's Pflugerville 64, Strake Jesuit 40. We'll be right back to the Westlake Holiday Classic on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. A 64-40 win for the Pflugerville Panthers. With me, David Ragosa, the head coach here, joining us at the broadcast table here courtside. I'm Joe Taylor, and once again, just a fabulous game. You guys started out to a very strong start, Coach Ragosa, and it really started with the three-point shot. And how about the birthday boy checking in for a nice game here this afternoon?
Well, I told him, we went to go eat before the game. We're going to have to keep that same restaurant after that first half we had. When we shoot like that, it looks great, and we put up 50 points, but we're more impressed with holding that quality of team to 18 points at halftime. And that's where it's got to start with us, is our defense. I know the threes were falling, and I know we were doing a great job offensively, but what we kept preaching at halftime was the 18 points we only gave up, because that's where it starts with us, is our defense.
Well, and I made that point several times, and Max Ivany, broadcast partner here, really noticed that not necessarily in the first half, but certainly in the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter, the athleticism, not only in the starters but also on the bench players, staying with this man-to-man defense, really working out for your ball club.
Yes, sir, and that's what we preach. Those guys that come off the bench, they're role players, but they may not have the stats in the box score, but they're going to play defense if they want to stay on the floor. That's one thing that we have to preach at Pflugerville, because we're just, we have trouble scoring at times. I know it didn't look like in the first quarter, but we can always play defense.
Well, when those shots don't fall, I know that you're going to have to rely on that. District 15 5A coming up. One of the big challenges for you is just being able to maintain this schedule in Region 2 and just get your team to playoffs. I know that's a big focus for you.
Exactly. The second season starts Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock when we go to Round Rock High School, and that's what we've been playing for. And this tournament, Coach Ellis does a great job setting us up with quality opponents each and every year, and we're ready. We're gonna work out for 2 hours on Monday, and we're just gonna let it roll on Tuesday afternoon, because we've got 12 tough district games. We can't take a night off, and we're ready. We're excited. With this team, going into that 12-game stretch.
Yeah, it should be fun. Again, just the MVP of the ball game here, Nosa Ibumwanye, obviously a stellar first half. He's one of those guys that may not have a school to go to, but no doubt the college coach is taking note of your star there.
There are some. I get the calls. I get them at odd hours, and Nosa's been a great job. He's worked his way. I hate to say he waited his turn, but we lost 8 seniors off last year's team, and he was kind of one of those contributors off the bench, but he's kind of, him and Aubrion have taken on the role of being our team leaders, and we're lucky to have them.
Indeed. That's Dave Ragosa. He's the head coach of the Pflugerville Panthers. I'm Joe Taylor. We're going to wrap it up here, because the consolation championship and that trophy is yours, Coach. Got to be feeling pretty good. Top 3 in a very tough 16-team field here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. And, of course, coming up very, very soon at the top of the hour here at 8 o'clock local time, we will have the championship game here for the Westlake Holiday Classic in 2013. My thanks to the tournament director, Jim McKay, all the teams, and thank you, Dave Ragosa, and, of course, all of the good coaches here in the Westlake Holiday Classic. Again, thanks for watching the Westlake Holiday Classic, benefiting the Ronald McDonald House Charities on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Again, your final score here for the Consolation Championship, a big, big number on the board here for the Pflugerville Panthers as they walk out of here with a 60-44 win over the Strake Jesuit Crusaders. Again, I'm Joe Taylor and Max Ivany. We'll have the championship game coming up very, very soon. We'll take a 30-minute timeout, then at 8 o'clock, local time here from Austin, Texas. It's the AAA Academy Stallions against the Mules of Alamo Heights out of the greater San Antonio area for the Westlake Holiday Classic here in 2013. I'm Joe Taylor. We'll be right back on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. You're watching and listening to live coverage of the Westlake Holiday Classic, benefiting the Ronald McDonald House Charities.